Ho, ho, hello out there, and welcome to episode 219 of Convincing Idiots, our Christmas special. We are going to be talking all kinds of stuff this week, including the word of the year. We got sports contracts, Sony Universe struggles at the box office, and we will be discussing later in the Christmas spirit, if money was no object, what we would gift one another for Christmas. And for our final segment, stick around to the very end. We are discussing some of our least favorite Christmas films and specials. So, without further ado, let's get into the spirit and start the show. Ho ho.
You guys enjoy your whatever that is.
All right. Test.
Test.
Call it again?
Convincing Idiots.
Convincing Idiots.
Called it ham gravy.
I informed them that I sided with the stat man, not just anyone's opinion, the stat man Brian Fisher.
Kids today.
Jingle All the Way is in fact the best Christmas movie of all time.
I need to get Grandma a present, and my herpes is flaring up. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, yo, yo. I'm the millennial
We're
Santa.
three friends representing three different generations. That's our whole shtick. That's our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nick got the whole poop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm standing in the sea
Awesome.
breeze, holding a turd, just mightily. I'm just going hitting hats.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
And welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean, the Zennial.
Brian Genix.
And I am a millennial, and my name is Nick. And this is Convincing Idiots, a weekly podcast consisting of three friends representing three different generations. We get together here each and every week to discuss all things nerd and pop culture. So if you've not already done so, be sure to put yourself on the nice list. And you can do that by going to all of our social media accounts and liking, subscribing, rating, and reviewing. And you can find links to all of those on our link tree. So go to Google and type in Convincing Idiots Linktree, Linkree. You can find all of that information and so much more, including links to our merch store on our website, which is convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, like I said, you've been a good boy or girl all year. You deserve to treat yourself to a follow of Convincing Idiots on social media. This is our holly jolly fucking Christmas episode, boys, and we're in the spirit. We're feeling festive. Good to be with you for yet another convincing Christmas episode. Dean, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Well, I am Holly and Jolly.
You're Dean.
Big and fat around. Well, I am just happy to be here with the big-headed elf and millennial Santa. It warms the cuckles of my heart.
Cuckold.
Yo.
No, cuckles.
Oh.
Cockles? Cockles? One of those. Cuckles, whatever. I'm well. I've had a what did we do last week or last weekend? All of us got together for an ugly Christmas party, first annual ugly Christmas party. All of us dressed in our ugly Christmas sweaters, and we exchanged ugly Christmas ornaments. And had a lot of chili. Everybody brought chili. We all had a chili cook-off, so to speak.
Yeah.
No, it was fun. Thank you guys for joining us. It was a lot of fun.
Indeed it was. Thank you for hosting a lovely evening.
Yeah,
Definitely a great time, and a special thanks to Megan for all the extra work she did with all the baked
Yeah, I don't know
goods
why I
and
think
bread
you. You
and
didn't
everything
really.
else
You were
going
just
on.
kind of there, like the
I was
rest of
gonna
us.
say,
You were invited just as
and
well.
you can't say extra work. She did all the work.
Yep.
I cleaned the bathroom.
Nice.
Oh, that's something.
So,
I could tell
got
there was
that
still a
taken care of.
film on the
swept
floor. I was kind of curious why she missed that part. That makes more sense now.
Which one was it? Jaws or?
You.
Look,
Starting out strong, ladies and
Starting out
gentlemen.
Somebody came to play tonight.
Yeah, let's do this.
Hitting dingers right out the gate.
Oh, speaking of dingers, Millennial Santa, how about you? How you
Let's
been?
see yours.
How was your week?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's see it.
No, that was a fun evening, like you said. So great to see everybody. Man, just not a whole lot. This is my last full week of the year. I'm working right now, so it's just a lot going on, tying up loose ends and everything. We're preparing to meet a new boss in the office next week, so just a lot of things going on with that.
Ooh, does he like you, or have we got
been
that far?
sick
You haven't
for-
met him yet?
I did meet him on a video last week. Yeah.
Did you tell him about the podcast?
Nice, so we'll see.
Did you tell him about the podcast?
No.
Oh.
No.
I mean, it's hit or miss because I meet you on video every week, and I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I just been sick still. I mean, I got sick last week. You remember I sounded a little bit more like Batman than I do now, and I had to.
I don't like this regular voice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very wimpy,
I had to call
unauthoritative.
You
I don't like it.
You ever do a teledoc? You ever do that before?
The what?
You ever do a virtual medical appointment online?
I did it once. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that today. It's really pretty. It's pretty amazing. Very convenient. So I set up a time, and then within 5 minutes, I was on a video chat with some doctor somewhere and gave me a prescription for a sinus infection. So
They took one look at
just
it on
like
the video
that, boom.
chat, and they're like, "You got 6 to 8 months."
Yeah.
When I did it,
So
it was for a colonoscopy.
Yeah, that's a tough video.
Yeah.
A little bit more to the
Back
right,
it up to it, and
left.
Spread it wider, wider.
You don't need to go in that far, sir.
Well,
My
that's
wife
why
is
You
good
get the
enough,
last
Doc?
time.
I lost the one phone up there.
Yeah, the camera, Dean, it looked like the inside of the Shawshank Redemption tunnel.
That's
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Oddly enough, Tim Robbins has been up there as well.
That's about it, though, guys. I'm just looking forward to enjoying the weekend, do some Christmassy things this weekend, and we'll wrap up work time and get ready for the
wrap up.
holidays. And,
I
of course,
see
see you
what you
guys
did
next
there.
week as well. Yep. Nick, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
It was unintended. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doing well. Enjoying life with my brand new acquisition from the Ugly Ornament gift swap, in which I was fortunate enough to steal away a lucky Christmas pickle with the face of none other than Nicolas Cage on it. I have my Pickles Cage ornament. And so, yeah, life is good. Life is good. Things are going well. Had my company Christmas party last night at a place in Medina called the Foundry Social. And they've got, it was fantastic. We also got the place next door, the go-karts. We had an hour of the racing at high voltage, which is, indoor go-kart racing. And I was... I guess
Did you beat my brother? That's all I need.
Did. He came in fourth. I came in third.
Good.
That made me feel really good.
Good.
Yeah. But
how mad was he?
Probably pretty. He kept racing. He was out there the whole time. He didn't stop. He just kept going back.
Sure.
So I figured I beat him the one time. That was good enough. But yeah, I didn't realize I thought it was like glorified bumper cars. It's like legit. Like you got the little head sheath thing and the helmet and the neck brace, and like you're strapped into that fucker, and you gotta like, do some slides and shit and fishtail that car around the corners. It's like pretty legit, and they go really fast.
We need a podcast event out there.
Yeah.
At least just even if we don't record anything, we need to go and do that together.
We could just commentate other people racing.
Oh yeah,
But,
I like that.
But yeah, it was cool. And then they've got their own brewery on site there as well. So it's kind of like all three in one. Good time. Lots to do out there. Plenty of arcade games. Had potentially the most epic game of Jenga that I've ever engaged in my life with Robin, in which I'm happy to report my track record remains spotless when it comes to Jenga. So, but no, it was a really good time. Our company always treats us well around the holidays, so it was a lot of fun. But other than that, yeah, Dean's party Saturday was a lot of fun, and I think that's about it. Just hanging around, doing Christmassy things, gift, kind of finishing up shopping is where I'm at. I still have a couple more things to hit. I want to physically go out and get, but next week at this time, I will be done with work for the year, so I'll have plenty of time to get everything together and wrapped. And I'm feeling pretty confident about where I'm at the moment. So, but
Very
yeah,
nice.
that's about it.
What is? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. Holy shit!
Did you just save a lot of money?
Yes, with Blake Insurance.
Yeah,
Are you guys seeing?
Yeah,
this?
it's a Christmas miracle.
Wow.
Except it's not.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's not an. It's an everyday occurrence if you're with
Christmas
insurance.
can be every day if you believe.
That's right.
And if you call Blake Insurance. Because Blake Insurance, there's no way to get these things on here. Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here. There's no way I can't put them on.
Are they located
Someone have to
somewhere
back-
near your nose where your glasses can go?
I've got hats. I've got earmuffs. Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio. They provide auto, home, renters, and business insurance with honesty, decency, and affordability. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 234-571-5359 or visit Blake Insurance LLC for your free, that's right, free 5-minute quote today. When you do, tell him that the Holly Jolly Elves here at Convincing Idiots sent you.
Very good. I hear Aaron's the ghost of Christmas savings.
That's right.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yep.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did the bit because I actually my bill did come in today,
Nice.
Mhm.
and I have saved a lot of money. So
Although, yeah, did wipe out his Christmas budget though. But
well,
that's okay.
sure.
Yeah. Well, Nick, have you seen anything over the past week you want to recommend in Idiot Reviews?
What have I
sir?
seen? What have I seen? I'm still really enjoying The Penguin. Fantastic. Fucking love that show.
Absolutely.
Been very
Yep.
good. Lots of just everything's always changing, right? The alliances and everything. It's just so much going on. Fun show. Can't recommend it enough. It's on Max. We've been talking about it.
Mhm.
I don't know how much else I watched. I saw Shabuzi, our boy Shabuzi, friend of the show on Saturday Night
Yes.
Live as a musical guest this week. He fucking killed it like he always
Mhm.
does.
Oh, that hurt pretty
Mhm.
good.
It's fantastic. I've been thinking, Brian, did you watch the episode?
You know what? Just part of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
Did you
yet,
see
but I did
Weekend
the
Update?
Shabuzi performances.
Did you see Weekend
Yes.
Update? I keep going
Yes.
back to Heidi Gardner as the mom of the kid that got drafted, and she keeps talking about Shabuzi. She's like, "Where's that Shabuzi dressing room?"
Yes.
She's like, I'm gonna show Shabuzi my Shabuzi. I don't know why. It just stuck with me. Hit my funny bone, and I've been thinking about it all week. It's fucking hilarious. But no, SNL was pretty good this week. Yeah, so that's about it. I don't think. Just been watching hockey, Penguin, and yeah, I saw SNL this week. I think that's just about it. So not too much this way. Brian, have you seen anything new recently?
I finished up that The Madness series on Netflix. So this is
Is that about Macho
starring
Man Randy Savage?
no,
Oh,
nope, Coleman Domingo and
that was
others.
close.
Yeah, it kind of took some. I mean, the ending was sort of not bizarre, but it was okay. But it was a very good drama. Again, if you like a crime drama, I mentioned this before, but it is worth a watch. Stick with it, finish it up. Wouldn't shock me if Coleman Domingo gets some type of an Emmy for his performance in this. He was very good. So, if nothing else, if you want to see some good acting, check that out on Netflix. It's like 7 or 8 episodes, something like that. Other than that, man, just been kind of starting to work in some Christmas content, stuff I've watched pretty much over the years, getting into that, that viewing. So
Everything,
I watch.
everything
Go
that
ahead.
you love, but is there anything that you don't like?
Yeah, right.
Stay
So we'll talk
tuned.
about. Yeah,
He
that's
just
right.
goes, nope.
That's right. Talks.
Nothing to talk about in the third segment.
Good night, everybody.
Nope.
I watched Christmas Vacation again last night, and I still enjoy that movie. And the more I watch it, the more Brian Doyle Murray in that was so good.
I've
He's
seen it
really,
like 3 times this year so far.
yeah, he's just as Frank Shirley, the boss.
Yeah.
Just his demeanor and his behavior in the office. I just love the scene when he's marching up to Clark before all the guys walk into the boardroom and everything like that. It's just
Kiss my ass, kiss his ass.
just
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah. So anyway, that's about it, man. How about you, Dean?
All right, I have a list. Normally
Are you
I
checking
don't get
it
around
twice?
much, but
Are you checking it twice? Sorry.
I am, and I know that you two are both on the naughty list. All right, if you guys are not watching Shrinking, you're doing a disservice to yourself on Apple
Shrinking?
Plus.
Yeah.
Shrinking.
Jason Segel and
It is
Ford. Yeah.
Jason Segel, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford. It is such a goddamn delight to watch this man do comedy on a regular basis. He's so funny. The whole show is fantastic. It's from the same guy it's the same guy who created Scrubs and Ted Lasso. Yeah, I can't recommend that enough. That's probably my favorite show going right now.
It's almost therapeutic to even watch. Like it always leaves you. It has a little bit of
Comedy,
humor and the heartfelt stuff, and it's really good. Love that show.
Just like the show.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mostly makes you cry. All right. Next one. Nick, I know, and you can talk about this as well because you watched a different version of this. Honestly, I don't get around to Monday Night Football as often as I should or want to because I'm watching Monday Night Raw. We all know that I'm a wrestling fan, but this Monday Night Raw has been until it goes to Netflix, it's down to 2 hours, right? So I flip over to Monday Night Football, and I'm looking for Monday Night Football on the guide. And on ESPN2, you can watch Monday Night Football with the fucking Mannings, Peyton Manning and
Eli.
Or on the side screen while you're watching the game, and they every quarter or whatever they invite a new friend to come on and they interview them, and as they all talk about the game, they talk about whatever projects they got going on. It's a really fun way to watch Monday Night Football. You don't have like the play-by-play, but you still. What's fun is like Eli is really like into this interviewing and entertainment, while Peyton, you can tell, is actually watching the game and will like interrupt everybody to like point out a play that had just happened and try to point the details and the schematics of it.
So they're interviewing while they're watching it's all like it's basically like they're sitting down with friends, like talking amongst themselves while the game's happening. Okay, that's cool.
Correct. It is awesome. I highly recommend that. If you're going to watch Monday Night Football, that is a way to do it.
It really is a smart program on the behalf of ESPN. So if you want to see the straight play-by-play with Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, you can watch that on ABC now, even, or ESPN. And like you said, the ESPN2 is a whole different football audience, but just a different type of audience that does, like you say, just doesn't want to listen to the play-by-play and just have a whole different feel and vibe to it. So it's really smart on someone's part. It's really taken off.
It's very. Well, I had heard about it because I'd heard of them on a podcast one time talking about it, but I never got around to it. I thought it was on like you'd have to like get onto an app or whatever. I didn't know it was on ESPN too. It's fantastic. What a great way to watch.
They also had the fucking Simpsons.
That's what I was
as well.
Didn't you text us and talk about the Simpsons game? You want to mention that?
Yeah.
It's the same game.
Yep. Yeah. It's augmented reality. Yeah. Because we were, I was putting Ollie to bed, and he was like thinking of something to put on TV, and he was like, Dad, look, the Cowboys. And I was like, oh yeah. And I go in, and he's watching, the Simpsons version of it. I mean, they still have Cowboys and Bengals players, on there. But for certain
But they
things,
put
like
the
Krusty the
animated guy
yeah,
over
Krusty the
player,
Clown
right?
will come over and he made a field goal kick. So they replaced the kicker with Krusty.
But it's still the game.
It's still the game. It's still,
Yeah.
and
The game
it's
that
in
they're
real
playing.
time. It's augmented. It's still you're still watching the game, but you're watching like
The
cartoon
quick was
versions.
Mo caught a pass that the actual guy was catching,
Yeah.
but they just put Mo over that
Yeah,
guy.
or they're at like one of like Bart was on the Bengals and Homer was dropping back making the pass for the Cowboys, just stuff like that. And they did this. They started this a few years ago. They Nickelodeon, I think, was the first one to kind of delve into that.
SpongeBob.
They
right?
did they broadcast the Super Bowl on Nickelodeon, and they were just adding like green slime in the end zones when somebody scored, and doing
That's
fun
right.
things
Yeah.
with the ball, just adding effects and little things to the game to kind of spark kids' interest. And they've since done a SpongeBob one. There was, I think, a Toy Story one where they were like playing in Andy's room, the two teams, and different stuff like that. So it's very cool. And the NHL's even done a couple games where they've had some Cartoon Network shows where they've had broadcasted games. It's a really good idea. It's a fun way to get kids into sports, like into, kind of interested in it. And like you said, very smart marketing. Brilliant job. I just think it's really cool. I mean, but yeah, I watched a lot of the game that way.
Yeah,
it was weird having the Bart vaping though throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
I don't really agree with that. You know what I mean? But weird sponsorship there.
Sure,
But
well, you got to make your money. Somehow. Butterfingers isn't paying what it used to.
They replaced all the
Vaping's
Gatorade
great,
bottles
Dad.
with Duff beer cans. Yeah.
Right. All right, guys. I got two more here. I am, and you guys had just mentioned it, the Penguin. I started it tonight.
Oh, okay.
I did one episode. It didn't grab me yet. I hope it gets better.
yeah, you got to give
don't
it more than one episode until it really heats up the plot.
But I just wasn't blown away right off the bat. If we're honest here.
And also, like we said,
I
don't even think of it as a DC thing. It's just a drama. Like it has nothing to do with superhero anything. Like it's
Right. They mention Batman in the beginning of the first episode,
right?
And as in the news, but other than that, it again, it's not bad. It's just not. It's not mind blowing like I was hoping for.
Yeah.
So I'll watch a couple more episodes, see how it goes. And I don't understand why they had to get Colin Farrell in a fat suit. They couldn't find a guy, a good actor that could play that role. Like I just don't get why they had to put him. I don't know. It just seemed like overkill.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's so fucking good.
I know. Yeah,
he's just so good in that.
I take this guy.
And that's the thing too. You'd never know it's him. Like it's like
right.
you have
and
no
you
clue.
Don't think of it.
Right.
I don't know. It just seemed like you're taking away other fat guy actors' role.
I wondered why, and I think it's probably just because they've already when they were making the Batman, they're getting names to play these characters, and they're like, oh well,
Sure.
they cast Colin Farrell, and they're like, we'll make it work for the Penguin, and then I guess why go away from him as the character, I guess but
I think it's great because you're not distracted by. I mean,
other than the naked fat suit that you saw him in. Yeah.
But you're not distracted by anybody's physical appearance. He's just
it's
acting his ass off. Huh?
All right. Like I said, I'll give it a couple episodes. See how it takes. Second one. I am working now. We are halfway through season 2 of The Bear.
Okay. Yep.
It's not funny. We've said this before. Don't understand how it got a comedy award.
It is, but not in a way that is comedic funny.
Correct.
Like it's funny
again, not enough to get an award for other comedy shows.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, would never classify it as a comedy.
It's goddamn intriguing. It's compelling. It's just that it's not a comedy.
Yeah.
It's a drama with comedic
undertones,
parts, right?
Yeah.
Tones. I am enjoying it. It is compelling. I think it tries to be an art movie sometimes a little too much. Like some of the cuts, some of the Some of the scenes are way too close in the conversation. I get that it's supposed to make you think it's a very intimate conversation. I don't know. It sometimes it tries a little too hard. That's all I'm saying. But I am enjoying it. I do recommend that to anybody who, I don't know, who enjoys dramas that pretend to be comedy and steals awards away from my actual comedy shows. So that's what I've watched.
How many good ones are there anymore, though? Really?
Shrinking should have.
Yeah, okay.
Should have the
It's
award.
doing the opposite of that, though. It is a
Sure.
comedy, but has more serious stuff in it. You know what I mean? It's almost the inverse
But it's
of
still
the bear.
comedy first.
Sure. Yeah. Yes.
It's still a comedy
yes.
first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I've watched, gentlemen.
Okay. Very good. All right, guys, we're going to take a break then and come back with our second segment, Pop Culture Headlines, and our Ask an Idiot question of the week. More holiday-themed content coming your way right after this.
Gen X Brian here from the Convincing Idiots podcast. If you're enjoying our show, tell a friend. And if you're not, well, tell two enemies.
Five, 4, 2. I was even silent for that one. I know. I shouldn't have stayed silent for 3.
You should let him just talk.
Yo. Segment 2.
There he is.
Santa.
Merry Christmas.
New Year real.
Twerps.
Aw.
Yeah.
I hope I get avocado toast this year from Millennial Santa and not another lump of coal.
You
Well,
just might.
you're
Just
not a
might.
good boy.
And a pumpkin spice instant coffee.
Ooh,
Play
that's
your
what I
cards
want.
right. Yeah, absolutely.
I want a bow tie.
A what?
A bow tie.
Sure.
Suspenders.
Couple of sports topics here, guys. Sometimes we mix in sports a little bit here. I just want to bring up a couple topics. Well, first of all, a couple episodes ago, our main topic was our favorite sports broadcasters. One that made at least Dean and I's list, I know, was the great Tom Hamilton from the Cleveland Guardians, the voice of the Cleveland Guardians on the radio for several years. He just won an award for the it was the
Peabody.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame announced on Wednesday last week. Tom Hamilton won he's the 2025 Ford C. Frick Award winner. So it is the highest award that you could bestow upon a broadcaster, Pierce.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
cool.
Good for
So
him.
it's an annual award. He was up against some pretty high-profile announcers as well, broadcasters.
Now, does it say what his excellence is? Is this charity work? Is this his work on the mic?
It's his work on the mic.
Did he beat up?
His work on the mic.
Okay.
So he'll be part of the Hall of Fame weekend, the Baseball Hall of Fame weekend, July 25th, 28th next year. He's the 49th winner. He earned the highest point total in a vote conducted by a Hall of Fame 16-member Frick Award Committee. So good for Mr. Hamilton. So
Nice
here's
job
a bit
there, Ham
Well
Bone.
deserved.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That is
He
not
did shoot a
his name.
Is that what they
video
call
to
him?
thank you.
No.
I don't think so.
Hammy.
Ham Bone.
Congratulations, Hammy.
Hammy Bone.
No.
There's no
can't
bone?
keep adding bone to everything you say, Nicholas.
Hammer time. Let's go.
All right, that might be he might actually like that.
Yeah.
So he started doing this in 1990. He joined Herb Score in the radio booth to call Major League Baseball games. He's just turned 70, and
He's just a youngin.
Yeah, he's
The
broadcasted more
hams
than
of time keep
5,000
turning.
5,000 games he's broadcasting. So good for him. You can see him out. There's video of him. He made a short video to thank everybody and everything like that.
Hamming it up, was he?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you
I
could
bet
say
he was
that.
up there eating a turkey or something.
Hmm. You could say that. You shouldn't say that, but you could say that. So good for Tom.
Tom, turkey.
Any words? So Dean, I know you're a
Yep.
Guardians fan. So any recognition for Tom
It is
Hamilton?
well deserved. If you've ever, if you get online and anywhere that kind of posts Cleveland home runs, they do not use the TV
No.
announcers. You will always
Hamilton.
hear Tom Hamilton with that famous call. He has one of the greatest home run calls in the sport.
Yep.
And it is well deserved. He is an icon in Cleveland, and I hope that now with this recognition, that the rest of the world can enjoy him as much as we do.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Way back. Gone.
Yep.
Yeah, just fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yep. Nick, you're not as familiar with Tom Hamilton, right?
Fuck off.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He rules the call box with an iron fist. That's why they call him the Hammer Fist. And that is, I don't know who Tom Hamilton is, but I am very happy for him. I've never heard of this man. But other than, I mean, obviously our other episode, but yeah, it's a great honor. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes.
Very happy
Very
for
good.
him.
Yeah.
Hammer time is eternal.
And then the
Hambo.
largest sports contract in history was recently signed. Juan Soto of the New York Yankees signed a 15-year, formerly, now with the New York Mets, so moving across town, $765 million higher than Ohtani's contract. None of it deferred. One of the richest owners, I think he is the richest owner in baseball at the very least for the Mets. And he had said, I will not be outbid for one. It sure wasn't. So,
wow.
Yeah, just
now,
crazy
you
nuts.
guys are bigger baseball fans than me. You are much more familiar with Major League Baseball than I. But isn't it insane as it sounds that someone's making more than Shohei Ohtani? Like that's insane,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Because Ohtani's like quite possibly
stupid.
the greatest baseball player of all time, and
well,
this guy is now like fucking
that far.
I mean, like
I
mean, I know he's like Brian and I we talked about it a little bit at the party on Saturday. I'm like, obviously he had a big postseason and stuff, and I mean, I understand he's a great player, but man, like that doesn't seem right to me. The numbers don't add up there.
One of the most enjoyable things is watching online all of these Yankee fans, right, doing these videos just motherfucking this guy to no end. Which, if
I believe it's motherfucking
guy, this guy. If I was them, I'd do it too. I would be insulted. It's a little bullshit. They only outbid them by $5 million for the ultimately. From my understanding, it was of the three teams that was bidding, at least that I'd heard. I'm sure there might be more, but it was the Yankees, the Mets, and the Guardians. Guardians offered a under, obviously, but they still were one of the bids.
Really?
Yes.
I heard the Blue Jays were in it and the Red Sox as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jimenez went
I didn't hear the Guardians either.
Jimenez went to Toronto. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
You guys got a good second baseman, Nick.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I believe. I almost text you guys and be like, "So what's this guy about?"
No, you've got a good one. That's Golden Glove there. No, but I would be mad if I was the Yankee fans. It's kind of insulting that it shows lack of loyalty. I mean, from $5 million to a difference of $5 million when you get to 700 whatever million. What is the difference, right? I mean, how much money can you spend? You know what I mean? There has to be said loyalty to a team. And again, I'm talking as a fan. I understand if I put myself in his shoes, sure, and his agent's shoes, who get more money also. I understand it, but I'm speaking as a fan of the team. If I was a fan of that team, or if it happened to my team, I would be pissed off and just as angry. It's insulting for the fans.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely some guys that are loyal to
Sure.
the hometown. Our guy who's signed for Cleveland for a little bit less money, our main guy to stay home.
Oh, Jose Ramirez.
Oh, they were married. Yeah, so he definitely signed for less money he could have probably got on the free agent market because he was happy in the area with the team and all that. So it does happen, but it's certainly not as common these
Shane
days.
Bieber agreed to come back. He could have left for a lot of money this year,
Sure.
but he agreed to come back for one more year because he was injured last year. He felt at least loyalty to make up that 1 year that he was hurt.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's hard to turn down $765 million, I'm sure,
guess.
and I would think that he's probably more of a. I mean, on New York, he was certainly amongst some other powerful hitters, and here maybe he wants to stand out a little bit more in New York. The Mets, so he will be the guy, the premier hitter on that team, which I'm sure comes with added endorsements and everything else. I'm sure there's a
till
whole
Francisco
plan.
Lindor's contract comes up. He's gonna find greener pastures.
Yeah, very possible. So we'll see.
Now, I think what hurt the Yankees fans the most is, and one guy even said it. Actually, it was, John Turturro, the actor. He made a video in a parking lot screaming about it. He said that it's not. You could have gone anywhere else, and we would have been mad, but we would have understood. Instead, you went across town, you scumbag.
It's in the league.
Huh?
They won't even. They'll play a couple of.
There's just that rivalry of New York, downtown to the Bronx, that sort of thing.
Yep. Oh well.
Yep.
Oh well.
Poor Yankees.
Yeah.
They never get anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay, we've talked about some prior words of the year recently here, guys. So, the Merriam-Webster. What's that?
Dick pickle? Is that one?
No, it was not.
Oh.
So the Merriam-Webster 2024 word of the year, polarization.
Oh. Polarization, really?
Yes. So very.
It's probably used a
political.
lot.
Isn't that
Sure.
when you make somebody into an animated polar bear?
No. So it's
Polarized.
the definition is it's a division into two sharply distinct opposites, especially a state in which the opinions, beliefs, or interests of a group or society no longer range along a continuum, but become concentrated at opposing extremes. So
basically a synonym for skibbity.
I was going to say that next.
yes. Yes, I think so. I think that's right. Yeah, so certainly it speaks to the current political climate and the election year and everything else. So thoughts on polarization, gentlemen, being the word of the year. What does that say to you? Go ahead.
I think a lot of people probably listen to this podcast and used it to describe us on a regular basis, and they used it so much because so many people listen. And that's probably why it became number one.
Those guys are polarized against good entertainment.
Right.
They are so against it. They don't even try. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. People defining us as a podcast is a polarizing opinion.
Fucking human beings.
That's right. So does that word, is that or the word of the year?
I would certainly
does that make
say
sense to you? Yeah.
It definitely, the word polarization, definitely, I would say not only in this year, but has made its mark on society for the last several years. It's definitely an ever constant state of society in a lot of ways. And maybe it's overblown. I like to sometimes when I'm in my optimistic moods, like, I think it's blown out of proportion where we're led to believe it's worse than it is. And maybe that's true. Maybe that's not. But it definitely, whether it's real or not, you feel it all the same. People feel it. So pretty accurate, I'd say.
See, I get the idea of not. I don't even care about the word or the meaning or whatnot. What Nick said, I don't care what Nick said. It's more.
Also, fuck Nick and fuck Nick's life. And anyway, fuck Merriam-Webster.
It's more of the idea that I enjoy that there's a word that's not new and made up. Like skibbity. I like that they chose a word that's like an actual fucking word that's been around.
At some point, polarization was made up.
Sure, by polar bears.
We claim this land in the name of our polar ancestors. Polarization is sweeping the tundra.
And then they put the little steak in there.
Yeah.
And then ate a fish.
Yes, sir, and a seal.
Yes, a reminder that we talked about the Collins Dictionary.
Just from a rose.
Brat was the word of the year.
Yep.
And Oxford University Press announced its word of the year, brain rot, referring to the hyper online way of speaking popularized by young Gen Z and Gen Alpha.
Again, if there was a word that described this podcast, I tell you that.
Brain rot.
Brain rot.
Sure. I like it. Yeah,
usually people just call us crotch rot, so it's kind of nice that that's changed up a little bit.
Last year when they kept calling us brain queef.
Yep.
It's better.
Yeah. We'll keep trying.
Not the last few seconds we haven't.
So, moviegoers being Wicked, there's been some online encouragement to while
shut
they're
the fuck up.
Well, while they're in the theater, to share your experience, take pictures of yourselves in the movie while you're enjoying the movie and everything else, and that is certainly
in the porn theater. Everybody gets all mad.
Right.
Bullshit.
But certainly that behavior is bothering other moviegoers, not unlike the singing in the theater. So some people attribute that to where there's folks that were used to during the pandemic watching movies from home and streaming and then they're getting back out to see movies in public, and they're sort of
forgot the etiquette.
Yeah, exactly. So what is your take on morons taking pictures and everything while they're in a public theater?
Well, I have a question. Are they being encouraged to take pictures during the movie, or
yes.
just okay?
Yeah, while you're in there during the movie, take pictures and share your experience of watching Wicked.
Yeah, that would be
like
that. Bothering people.
I think that is disruptive. Now, we go to the movies and we'll take the kids and we'll take a picture of them in front of a movie poster that we go see. Yeah. We'll take a picture of all of us as a family sitting in the seats and say that we're going. There's nothing wrong with that.
Or take a picture of the young lady three rows down. As long as you do it before the movie starts.
Discreetly, right? It's all fine.
Yeah, Dean has a camera on the floor of the theater taking pictures.
I have it duct taped to my shoe.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm so glad Nick wore a skirt that one time.
Oh yeah, well, it was a Saturday, so.
That's true.
But I don't. I mean, why? It's all theaters are dark. So you're gonna you either can't see if you take a picture, or you have to turn on a flash, which is ultimately that's fuck no. Come on, seriously. And it goes back to the singing and we had a little conversation again. Brian, I believe Saturday about the same thing.
Yep.
In the singing in the theater, it's I'm all about if you go to a concert or something, I get you want to sing along the song or it means something to you, you want to sing it, but speaking personally for someone who was not familiar with Wicked before seeing it, if the whole theater was singing the song, I probably would be oh, that's kind of cool. That's a neat experience. But ultimately,
specific showings for singing.
Sing along one, or just if you just want to see the regular movie, this is a non-singing.
Right.
Nothing wrong with making that what's the word I'm looking for? Making that distinction.
Sure.
But yeah, like if I'd seen it for the first time and didn't like, I'd rather not hear random strangers sing it
Right.
out loud. I would like to hear the trained singers sing the
Yep.
song. But again, like I said, if you're diehard Wicked fans and you're somebody that's been following that for years and you've seen it and and you're with other people in the same theater that way, yeah, enjoy it together, have an experience, sing it together. It's like being at a concert. That's great. But yeah, like, I mean, pictures during the movie, like, come on, like, why? And also, doesn't that kind of muddy the waters with like piracy stuff? You're not supposed to have your fucking phone out during a movie,
Right.
because they're always worried
Right.
about people recording a movie, and
Mhm.
people that have like the jailbroken Fire Sticks, if they watch movies that have were released somewhere over on another continent, and there's people standing in the way of the movie and stuff. I mean, trying to prevent piracy, that doesn't help with that, I wouldn't think. So I don't get that. I mean, absolutely share your experience, take pictures, dress up, stand by the poster, take a picture in the seat, whatever. But don't like have your phone out while the movie's on, taking pictures and shit. That seems weird to me. Maybe I'm being a bit of an old fuddy-duddy about it, but I don't understand like why that would help any more than any of the other options
you
I
could not
described.
be a fuddy-duddy wearing that hat.
Right.
So goddamn festive in here.
Yeah, I think the average moviegoer, you're paying to enjoy the movie. You know what I mean? So there's certainly theater owners that are upset by that behavior because it discourages people from paying to go see a movie in public. They're going to wait around and not go pay in a theater and wait for it to come on streaming and all that, and that will continue to further hurt the movie industry if folks aren't careful.
These theater owners are on their high horse anyways, Brian. I remember they got all upset the other day. If I can asked it for a pre-hole in the bottom of the popcorn, and they got all fucking pissed off about it. I had to make my own. Stupid.
Yep.
Brian loves him some popcorn. He don't even use his hands at some point. He just goes in.
Get in that trough, baby boy. Get in there.
Don't you stop until you find happiness.
All right. Well, one movie doesn't look like it's going to find much happiness in the box office is
hey, nice job.
Kraven the Hunter. Kraven the Hunter is the newest Sony Spider-Man villain movie. It is on track to open up with lower numbers than Madam Web, which really bombed out in the theater. So, plus it's not helping. It's going to go up against, Moana 2 and some other big movies that are out there. Right. So there is some rumors out there that Sony is saying that they have basically developed all they're going to develop as far as these villain
the spin-off of Spider-Man.
Right, because it's just not they're just not performing well. They did have certainly some success with the Venom movies. Of all of them, those are probably the most not even probably, they were the most successful couple of those.
Did they do Mobius too? Morbius?
Yeah, Morbius.
Morbius.
Madam Web, they've done this one. So this one had like a cameo of the Rhino, I think, or something like that, villain. So it just
not even Paul
it's very. No, I don't think so. It's really unclear just where is it going to go. But to just, I mean, I know Kraven the Hunters. I'm a long-term Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
But if you're a casual Spider-Man fan, you might not even really know who the heck Kraven the Hunter is, and he's certainly not one of the more popular.
I thought it was one of those little chocolate-filled cereals with a little spear.
You mean Crave the cereal you're talking about?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. The holiday laughs just keep flowing, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
For laughs for Christmas, you came to the right spot. Here you go.
It's right here.
I was really excited when they were.
Go ahead.
I was really excited when I heard they were doing a Actually, I misunderstood. I thought they were going to make a series on Disney Plus. I thought Kraven the Hunter was going to be
probably would have done
a series on Disney Plus, and I was ready for that. I didn't realize until within the last couple. Actually, I think it was when we went to see The Last Dance Venom: The Last Dance in the theater that I saw the poster and I was like, is that a movie? I thought it was going to be a TV series. I like the
Yeah.
character. Think it's it's one of up there for me, one of the Spider-Man villains that I really like. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I plan on seeing it at some point. I'm interested, but I'm sad to hear it's not doing well. But I thought, yeah, I feel like something like that. Look at what Marvel's been able to do with some of these characters. You have no look at how the Wanda or the Agatha series. Who the fuck knew who Agatha Harkness was before all of like Wanda? And I mean, some hardcores absolutely did, but that's a pretty fringe character. I feel like for most casual comic book fans, that made it into something big. And I felt like, I mean, I personally am much more familiar with like Kraven the Hunter than Agatha Harkness. So I'm like, well, they could probably turn that into a series and make it
Serial.
interesting for people. But yeah, that's unfortunate, but. I don't know. I feel like we've had a lot of discussions on Marvel and next phases and all this stuff, and I feel like people maybe are just kind of like burnt out, like on all like the Marvel, like the superhero movie. Like, did it have its day in the sun? I'm not excited about any of the other than like, yeah, if a Spider-Man or a Venom thing comes out, I'm there for it. But I don't care anymore about like any of them. They've just kind of too many have flopped for me, and it's. You have more chance of getting me on a series that I can watch little by little than going to a theater and seeing a Marvel movie at this point.
It's like those Sony villain movies. It's like what was the end game going to be? It's not going to be fighting Tom Holland's Spider-Man. It's just not.
You're just giving someone a story on a character.
Yeah, and it's like, I just don't understand. The point, at least the Penguin series, to kind of compare that even, it's still the Penguin in that universe, and we will, in the next Batman movie, see again the Penguin interacting with the Batman. Right. Okay, right. So it's fine to have these sub-stories like that, in my opinion, because, eventually the villain's going to wind up with the main, hero, right? Fighting the main hero or some type of interaction. They weren't going that direction unless they somehow figured out a way they're going to make it an alternate universe, and maybe they bring back Andrew Garfield in that universe again or something like that. But then you're still going at least in the direction of fighting a Spider-Man again, So I don't know, just wasn't interested in any of it. Go ahead, Dean.
I think it's kind of the same reason the last Flash movie shit the bed, right? I watched it. I enjoyed it. I don't know what everybody else was watching that shit on it. I enjoyed what it was. But I think the reason financially it suffered, the same reason this movie is going to do the same thing, is the same reason I didn't watch The Black Widow. The character was already dead. Why do I need to know this backstory? Like, what is it going to serve? So I think people, know that Kraven isn't, they're not doing any more of these villain movies, or there's no ultimate Spider-Man in that universe to fight unless they bring back Andrew Garfield or whatever.
Yeah, well, they're supposed to be they're doing a 4 with Tom Holland.
Yep.
Right, but with Marvel, this this is strictly Sony. Unless you're planning on crossing them over into universes.
Yes, I think that is the plan.
Well, you're telling me Kraven the Hunter will be in the MCU?
I don't know, but they've discussed that already of meshing those, and because
again, unless you make that distinctly aware to people, they don't care because there's no end game to it.
Right.
It's just a show for a show. I mean, I bet I guess I didn't watch it, but the Madam Web just looked like shit, sounded like shit from what everybody says. It was just an awful edited movie. Kraven the Hunter might be good, but there's no end game. There's nowhere to go after this. You're just watching a movie about this guy. And maybe people will. Maybe all the critics are wrong. Maybe you're going to have people go, you know what? I'll go watch this whatever Jonathan Taylor Thomas guy jump around shirtless like a tiger. Who knows? You might get that.
I'll do it for free.
You
know?
you did it during the party. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what they need to do. They need to take the Amazing Spider-Man PlayStation game trilogy and turn that into a movie. Those are the writing and the story arc is phenomenal throughout those games. That trilogy is incredible. Has Kraven, has Venom, has Miles. It's great. Mysterio.
I think there's something to be said about that. I mean, so
Yeah.
many people love
Yeah,
these
the
kind of
games-
video games. Get
Yeah.
some of these video game,
Or at least a series,
writers,
an animated series
Yeah.
or something.
and put
you could
something into it. So
do.
get some of these writers onto the movie scripts. You know what I mean? If they're not
Yeah,
writing, maybe they're not best at dialogue, but at least they can do a storyline of. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know, something.
Truthfully, those games, that's probably a better storyline than I've seen in any recent Marvel movie in a long time. Like it's
Shit, look at
they're
any
really well done.
Video games are probably like that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they're so good now. Yeah, they are basically interactive movies. A lot of them. You know what I mean?
Right, and they have like actual actors playing in
Mhm.
these roles. I saw it was a trailer for this one war game, and it had like actual mocapped actors where you could tell that it is the actor, doing these roles in the games. It's pretty impressive.
Yes.
Well, Sony might be getting a lump of coal for Christmas with Kraven here, guys.
Yep.
But hopefully, no one else will on the show here. So, Dean, you're asking an idiot question here.
Yes.
Why don't you pose that to us here, please?
Okay. I thought to myself, because we're all going to get together, actually, just to show announcement for this. We will do a best of next week because we are going to do our Christmas party where the three of us and our significant others get together and we celebrate Christmas out at a bar, having beers and maybe exchanging a couple gifts. And I thought to myself, I'm like, Self, what do I get the boys that have everything? They have great women. They have the greatest co-host in me. And so what do you get these boys? I'm like, you know what? I wish I had a gazillion dollars and I could get them this and that and the other. I'm like, ooh, that's a good question. If money was not an object, what would we get each other for Christmas this year?
I'll start off right now. It's a combo gift. I would get you guys the same thing. I would get you both the best gift that money could possibly buy. And in fact, I wouldn't even need a gazillion dollars.
No?
Very affordable. That's right. If you don't believe me, go see for yourself. I would visit our friends at RPM Bike Shop located in
Of
Carrollton,
course.
Ohio, and I would gift each of you your very own top of the line electric bike from
I really
RPM
would
Bike
like that
Shop.
as a present if you guys
And if you would like to see the stylish machinery in which my lovely co-host would be parading around on, you can see
stylish machinery is Brian's nickname too.
if you would like to catch a glimpse of that, you can go on their Facebook page. Just see for yourself, search in RPM Bike Shop, and you can gander at the lovely electric bikes they have. You can also see that on their website, which is rpmbikeshop.com, or give one of the lovely associates a call today at 330-808-7792 and gift the most important people in your life an electric bike from our friends at RPM Bike Shop.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Yes.
good. Very
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
There you
Thank
go.
you. I'll pick a
Seamless.
different answer, even though I know you're already happy with your electric
I would
bikes.
have
but,
gladly
yes.
accepted a bike from RPM Bike Shop.
Yeah.
But let's actually start with Millennial Santa. Let him give out his holiday cheer
Yes.
first.
Yes.
Yeah. So for Dean, I think what I would do is I would buy you a bar.
I'll say good set
okay.
of headphones.
Yeah, and a good set of headphones because inevitably those are going to get fucked up. Probably 2 months from now. Yeah.
He's working fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now.
No, I would get you. I would get that's what I would. I would figure out a good location, get you a bar, but then I would also with it hire like a good manager and everything.
Megan.
Well, sure, Megan might be a perfect manager, but so you don't have to come in and try to run the thing as well. So you own it. You can kind of float in, give your help, get a theme started and everything like that. You're sort of just there, hanging out and giving your take on things, but you have, experienced people running the day to day, so you don't have to worry about that part of it.
That is very nice. That's very generous. Thank you.
I like how he gave you something perfect for you and also guardrails so you can't fuck it up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then for Nick, what I would do is I would buy Nick into as a small partner in a minor league hockey team.
Ooh, yes.
Whether it be the Monsters or just somewhere else. Maybe it could be Canada, it could be Georgia, Savannah, wherever. Just pick a team that you want to be a part of. That way,
the
Nick
Savannah Ghost Pirates. Yeah,
exactly.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so you can just be a part of a team ownership, but again, you're not the majority owner. Others are doing all that, but you can participate and have your input and just enjoy the experience of being around it, to making money from it and everything else. So that's what I would get, Nick.
That's a great gift. I'm very happy with that. Thank you very much.
Very good.
There you go.
All right. My sack is full. I need to get this out. I need to get my gifts out for you guys here. So I'm going to start with Nick. Nikolai. Since your balls my sister firmly has them in her purse, I'm going to get you a new set of balls.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, no. All right.
Will these ones be smoother and younger than the ones I currently possess?
They're going to be your knees at this point. Nick, I am good, and I love being the guy who does a one-up gift. When somebody gives you this, I give you this.
Okay.
I actually have it written down here that I'm buying you the Leafs.
Shit!
You can be the GM. You could play. You can do whatever the fuck you want because
I can make Austin Matthews come to my birthday party because I'm his boss.
Dude, you could come in every morning. He will stand there by the door so you can pet his mustache as you walk in.
Yes.
You own the Toronto Maple Leafs.
There you go.
Love it. Brilliant.
And for Brian, what do I have here? Oh, what's in my sack here? I'm actually just going to pay off the rest of every Dallas Cowboys game because they can't win any other way. No, that is not my gift. My gift to you is a compound in the woods.
Yes.
Away from everybody else. You're gonna have your own off to the side. It's not gonna be just people get they get a swimming pool. No, you want a tennis court. No, your own very disc golf course off the side. It's gonna be a
nice, very nice
cabin compound.
Perfect.
You're gonna have waterfalls you can hike to, but it's still gonna be accessible. To society. It's not like you have to drive hours and hours, but
That's
your
perfect.
own compound in the woods away from society.
Allie would love that too.
Absolutely.
If I'm there, she'll like it less, but
Correct.
she would love that as well. You know what I mean?
She's going to have her own on the side. Well, totally. You guys can meet in the middle like North and South Korea. There's a little DNZ that you can meet.
Yeah, that's perfect. No, that's actually perfect. Perfect.
There you go.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. All right. Well, next up, okay. So, Dean, I was racking my brain. There's all kinds of fun things that you like, and all kinds of things. But like, what does Dean really love? What would Dean, if money was no object, and I could get something that unlimited resources could potentially buy me, what would Dean like? What does Dean love? Dean loves time travel, and I would love to get Dean a fucking time machine so he could do his very favorite thing that he's always dreamed of and been fascinated with the idea. I would get him some type of time machine, a time portal, if you will, to where he could go through time, experience different things throughout history, potentially
fuck things up.
I may not, right. Maybe Megan gets her own too, so she can kind of manage. So go off of Brian's guardrails idea, so he doesn't kind of fuck everything.
If you need a guardrail idea, a time machine where I'm like a hologram in time.
Yeah, you can't affect change. You can't
just witness.
Yeah, you could be a spectator of time.
Go.
Yes,
that's
I like
probably
that.
best.
Yeah, so a time machine.
Ducks.
That's right. A time machine for Dean. I was thinking about Brian. I'm like, something Brian that he was telling a story years ago that stuck with me on one of our Christmas episodes. We talked about some of our favorite gifts, and Brian enjoyed his Star Wars stuff he got for Christmas one year. Was it a Millennium Falcon that you got? There was
Millennium
some.
Falcon,
Was the
sure.
Millennium Falcon? But I thought for Brian, what was more suiting for him is maybe we could hook up with somebody like Elon or somebody could really help us out here and get Brian his own Death Star. And I feel like in a man's Death Star, my favorite feature in which I would have custom put into there for you, no man that has their own Death Star should be pooping like a regular person. I'm going to need you to have the Darth Vader chamber complete with the toilet in the middle. So you take your dumps in a giant Darth Vader meditation chamber.
So it can clean his dark side?
Yeah. So yeah, I think that would be good if unlimited. This is very obviously. I would need unlimited resources to do either one of these things because neither of them exist yet. But for you guys, there's no length I won't go to.
You're a generous man.
I would sit in there and have the Vader helmet come down on me. You know what I mean?
That's good.
And then you do your business, and then the helmet can lift off.
Your pants drop, the helmet comes down simultaneously.
And while the
helmet on.
As it's playing in the background.
Yeah.
All right, I just come up with one more thing. It's going to be the three of us, based on Nick's previous choice.
Oh, human centipede.
Well, actually, it could be my bar that Brian has given me. We are going to do. It's going to be the Star Wars Cantina that we call. That's where we drink.
Sure, that'd be good.
Cantina.
I like it.
Fantastic.
With the band playing too. Yeah.
And then we human centipede and become one.
Well, that's actually how we enter the room. Marching.
As long as I'm in the front. Yeah.
Fucking selfish. I want in the middle. I want everything.
I feel like Dean should be at the front because he's always feeding us his shit. So that's basically.
But I'm fat. I'm hungry too.
Fine gifts.
Yes.
Fine gift
indeed.
Idea. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you, gentlemen. You're too kind.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Yep.
Very good. Well, these gifts are. I think they'll make us feel happy and excited. Certainly. But not so much in our main topic this evening. We're going to talk about some Christmas content that doesn't make us as joyful this time of season. And we're going to tell you all about that after the break.
Bah humbug.
Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3.
Well, hello out there, and welcome back, all you good little boys and girls, for segment number 3 of Convincing Idiots. I'm Millennial Nick, alongside Zennial Dean and Gen X Brian, also known as Millennial Santa. We are joining you for the third and final segment this evening on our very special Convincing Christmas episode. In years past, we discussed many holiday classics that we enjoy, Christmas music, gifts that we enjoyed, and it is a time to really look back and be thankful for the things in your life that you do appreciate and you do enjoy. But as you know, by listening to Convincing Idiots, sometimes we like to do things a little ass backwards. And for Christmas, we're going to talk about the things we hate.
Because we're curmudgeons.
We're going to be Scrooges for the final segment. We're going to talk about Christmas movies or TV specials or what have you that we do not enjoy. These are clunkers. These Christmas specials made the naughty list.
I thought this was going to be just things we just didn't like about Christmas. And I just had children written 5 times. Hold on. Give me what's my
children, lights, joy, laughter, buying things. Fuck it all. Cookies. No, you like cookies. You like cookies.
Whoa.
You like cookies.
Do not put me on the list of disliking cookies. How dare you, sir?
All right. So that will be our final segment. So why don't we start with Dean? Why don't you start us off here?
Okay. All right. So this I have not made this a secret for the past 4 years. We've done this podcast, and it comes up every year. I hate this movie. There's nothing good about it. It's obnoxious, and I actually hate the hype and enjoyment of other people that get from this movie. It is The Christmas Story from 1983. Fuck Ralphie. I wish he actually would have shot his eye out.
He almost did.
Well, he should have shot the whole thing out. That one he would have had a patch, and it had been stupid pirate. Fuck that movie.
Why do you hate Ralphie exactly?
I all right. I guess that's more of a hyperbole. It's the movie in general. It is the acting, and I know that it's supposed to be cheesy from the 50s, made in the 80s. It's just the acting alone. Children actors, you guys know, I'm not a fan of children actors, and he's a child back then, so I didn't care for that. I didn't like the stupid narration. I didn't like the look of it. Like it's like they put fucking Crisco on the camera lens for every scene. I just don't get it. I don't like it. I don't need it. I don't want it.
Damn.
There it is. Hates it. Hates it.
Hate it.
With
I
hate in his
fucking
heart.
hate that movie.
Yeah, I could watch the leg scene. That's funny. When he opens the leg and the fragile and all that stuff, and his pride in the leg lamp, and then the
Saying that there's not like funny jokes. You're right. That is a funny joke.
Yeah, the end of the movie
a funny
again
bit.
when the parents are drinking wine on Christmas morning, and then his dad surprises them with
Sure.
the BB gun. That's very touching. But you're right. Most of that movie anymore, I'm just like, that's okay. I don't need to see most of that movie
are entertaining.
again.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking that as I was making my list because there were some I was going to say. It's not that I don't like them, but I think they're overrated.
Sure.
And I find that there's a lot of that I don't feel as passionately about. And I wouldn't. Christmas Story is not even one of mine. Maybe a little bit, but there are many when I'm like, it's good. And it's almost become a classic throughout the years because it just has spread that way. But I'm like, there's a few big Christmas movies. I'm like, it's good, but it's not what everybody says it is.
Probably where it probably honestly stemmed from was the first movie they put on 24 Hours. The love of everybody just annoyed when everybody likes something. That bothers me when everybody's happy. I don't like it.
I get that.
Yeah, so that's probably where it stems from.
Not the happiness, but when like everyone's like, you gotta say, and I'm like, I'm not going to, because I don't have to. No, there is some type of little anti. Like I'm just like, no. When everybody thinks it's so good, I'm like,
something. Like before, Robin's like, oh, this guy I went on a date with. He's not the best looking guy. His personality's kind of dog shit. And then I met you, and I'm like, wow, you really understood this.
Right.
And I've loved you ever since.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I just wrote her vows.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
You're ready.
It's very touching. That's what I always hope to hear from somebody someday.
You get me.
So, Nick, what's one on your list?
I'm going to come out swinging too. Dean went with a heavy hitter right off the bat, a beloved one. I'm going to go with another beloved one. Fucking Peanuts, Christmas, Charlie Brown. Fucking those kids suck. It's not even. I don't even understand what the message is. Like it's just sad. The whole thing's sad. He gets treated like shit. Then he picks out this sad tree, and there's some weird. I don't honestly. A lot of the Peanuts things, I don't get it.
I don't either.
I mean, it's like a classic for the sake of being a classic. It's like weaved into the fabric of Americana, whatever. But I don't really understand. I've never been a big fan of Peanuts. I don't technically dislike it as a whole. But the Christmas one is one that I'm like, it is a classic to people, and I'm not sure why. I don't know what the lesson is.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I am filled with rage when Linus makes his speech. I hate the way the kid, whoever the kid's speaking, Bethlehem, the way he pronounces every little thing at Bethlehem, but the baby of the manger, the star was. I fucking hate
Bill
it.
Cosby that did that?
And then the next thing you know, Joseph and Mary come upon the danger.
The Jello
And to
pudding
say,
pop.
let me in, please. It's cold out here. Me and Camille are so cold. I don't know. I hate the line of speech. I fucking hate it. It makes me
Wow.
angry, and I don't even know what the fuck. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's supposed to be heartwarming or touching. I think it's stupid. I just think the whole thing's stupid, and I hate the Peanuts Christmas special.
No, I agree with you.
It's not a Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown.
It
Fuck
is
your
not.
friends. They're terrible.
When I was a kid, I've always disliked it because I was in the same camp with you, as I always was
Mistreated
so
by.
annoyed that it's just the kids being shitty to Charlie Brown.
Yes,
It's just
right.
piece of shit kids being shitty to this one kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it always annoyed me. And then when I got older, I would watch it and go, those kids are still shitty, but Charlie Brown is also a piece of shit. Like, he's also an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason they hate him. He's a dope.
Yeah.
So I now hate Charlie Brown, and Snoopy himself should have been euthanized. I mean, what a piece of shit dog that was to his owner.
Yeah.
Very,
The only
commercialized.
character
Yeah.
in Peanuts I give a fuck about, the one that I like, is Schroeder, because that kid only gives a fuck about playing that fucking piano.
right.
He
Right.
doesn't engage with anybody's bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like,
He
Leave
could
me
not
alone,
give a
I'll play my
shit
piano.
less. Yes.
Mhm.
And
Schroeder is the only saving
and
grace
he
of
played
Peanuts.
such a beautiful song that it's now played on radio stations
Right,
as
yeah.
a Christmas song.
Mhm.
Cream
Yep.
rises to the top, baby.
That's right.
Schroeder. Yep.
Yep.
Grew up to be Macho Man and Randy Savage, people say. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah.
Cream of the crop, baby.
Brian, what's on yours? What classic do you hate?
I try to
Himself.
find enjoyment in this, but even watching it as a goof is very, very difficult and challenging. The Star Wars Holiday Christmas Special here, guys. I know we watched it a couple. We didn't get to it last year. I wanted to do that, but very busy with the house planning and all that. We'll get back to Life Day in July next summer
return.
for sure. But even watching it as a goof is like it's still for me
hard.
barely
Tolerable.
It's so hard to get through the entire thing.
Yep.
I don't know it's hard to even think about any scene in that entire thing that is enjoyable or funny or and entertaining in any or heartwarming in any way.
Heartbreaking, the one scene. Other than that,
Right. Tearing up the kid's toy or something like that.
Rip his little bantha head off.
Nothing says Christmas like the whole audience knowing that a Wookiee is masturbating.
Yeah. Just so odd.
That yells Christmas to everybody.
Yeah. Find that documentary out there. I got mentioned to you guys prior, but check out the documentary on how that thing got made. It definitely helps you understand it more, what happened. It makes more sense, how it was made and produced and everything. But man, boy, just
I have it on my list as well, and you explained it perfectly because I was on the line with it because I'm like, I still have to watch it every year, at least part of it. I almost never make it all the way through.
No,
honestly, Dean, the time when we did Life Day in July and we all sat out in Brian's backyard on the projector, that's probably the second time ever I've watched it from beginning to end in a sitting.
Same.
I every year after it, usually it's like a routine. I start drinking, I start rapping. I watch Bad Santa, and when Bad Santa is over, then I turn on the holiday Christmas special, and I'm like, God, and I laugh because I'm like, fuck, this is so ridiculous. But like you said, Brian, I think that's part of it. It's so long. It's so long. It's like 2.5 hours.
Necessarily wrong.
It's so long that like it surpasses the point of just being bad and funny as a goof. It's like, God, this is like as long as any other Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
and
it
it's
really
all shit. Like every bit of it is shit. And it's like, man, like it's at a certain point you get tired of laughing at the ridiculousness of it, that it's like the gag's over now. It's just like so it is like you said, even though it is bad and everyone laughs about it, it's bad enough to where it's like still not totally tolerable.
But Nick, which one is on your list?
What's that? Next?
You're next,
I'm not. You went next because that was Brian's first. I agreed with him, but started with you. Yeah,
okay,
so
my apologies.
You are up next.
All right. I'm going to upset Brian with this. I understand this, but I can't help it. I hadn't watched this in many, many, many years, but we watched it this year. The kids wanted to pull up something. They saw it. They were like, sure, let's watch A Year Without Santa Claus. Brian
Oh,
has
wow.
always been such a
still like
huge
that.
fan. Always
Yeah.
talked about it. And I remember seeing it as a kid, but,
Mhm.
it's a very vague memory. And I watched it. I'm sorry, Brian. It's not good. The story is absurd. I mean, yes, I understand. The story
It is
about Santa Claus,
absurd.
whatever.
I
Yeah.
agree with
It's,
that.
it's just not good. Like, yeah, if claymation could have bad acting, I don't know how that happens, but it happened. From the mayor to the over the top 1970s undertones of homosexuality from the one brother. Because they couldn't quite say it, so they just play it out.
Wait,
The
what?
cold
Hold
miser?
on, wait.
You mean the cold miser is
Yeah.
gay?
Snow
and them shit?
miser?
Cold Miser
Snow
is
miser?
Snow Miser's
Miser?
gay?
watch it again.
Okay, I watch it every
100%.
year, but
They are. That is what that character's supposed to be. I'm
Hmm.
watching it going. That's what they're inferring, right? From the mannerisms to the voice. Dude, watch it again.
okay.
Cold Miser is a homosexual. And again, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm saying in the 1970s, this is what they said homosexuals sounded like. I'm telling you, watch it again with that in mind. I guarantee you that's what they had in mind when making this shit.
Okay.
I
It's
agree. The
offensive.
story is it's like they finally decide collectively, all the kids in the world are finally like, okay, we're gonna allow Santa a time off. We're gonna give him presents this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get that one fucking kid that just, I have a blue Christmas without you. One fucking kid can't allow Santa one goddamn Christmas off, and sends him a letter, and he just has to get right back to it.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. The whole thing. I mean, I'm with, but the scene though when the snow miser and the heat miser sing, that's it. I mean, if I only see those
Sure.
couple scenes, I'm good.
Just in
I'm
the song.
fine.
Listen
And
to
that,
the
and
song
and
again.
it's really about them. Like
Yeah, that's
they
right.
make the whole thing, and the
And
thing with
Mrs.
the
Claus is good.
what
Mrs.
is it,
Claus
Mother
is good.
dear? And
Yeah.
actually that's not true. Jingle and Jangle with the and
Yeah.
Icky with the New York accent and the
Yeah.
I don't know. Same. It's my favorite claymation Christmas one, hands down. And
I need you guys to watch it, and I'm waiting for the text. You guys going, oh yeah, okay, I get it.
okay.
About Cold Miser.
I don't think I will. I won't. I mean, I've seen it a million times. I won't agree. I could watch it over and over. But it's also that nostalgia. I'll never
Sure.
agree that I don't think it's good. But
No. I'm not saying you're going to text me with this bad. I'm talking
but
about
you're gonna say Snow Miser's gay.
how they're presented Cold Miser.
Okay.
I can't believe that you guys didn't
It's
realize.
a Snow Miser. I don't know. It's like
All right.
because they got to be opposite, and Heat Miser's got a hot temper, and he's whatever, and Snow Miser's a little more chill and laid back and whatever.
Who is that actor, Brian? That's
I-
what's his name? Paul. Is it Paul Lynn?
No, it's not Paul Lynn. I know it's funny you thought that, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's funny.
All right, so
Well,
I'm gonna look up the
okay.
actor, but someone can go
Okay.
next.
Next up for me, I'm gonna go with one that I saw. It's a live action one. It came out. God, I think I was still in high school, just barely, but it was called Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, dude,
yes.
It is
Yeah,
Tim
yeah.
Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis. Their
Yes.
daughter has
Dan
grown up,
Aykroyd.
and they for the first time are like, we don't have to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of Christmas. We're gonna take a vacation. We're gonna relax. We're not doing Christmas, and they get sucked into this whole streetwide thing where they want to win a thing for Christmas spirit. And Dan Aykroyd is their neighbor and super pressuring them, and it's just dumb. The whole thing's just dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
I went and saw it in the theater with the girl I was seeing at the time, and we went to
boy.
see it, and I was like, "What the? I don't know." It's just it's a very nothing. It's not like I haven't watched it in many years because I've never been really compelled to rewatch it, but I just remember thinking it was very underwhelming. It was very uncompelling, and actually, when making this list, I was having a really hard time because I find that there's probably been more Christmas movies that I've seen that I haven't enjoyed or have been bad, but I just never watch them again. Therefore, I never think of them. So when Christmas time, I watch a lot of the same movies over and over again every year. It's like probably 15 of them I got to watch every fucking year, every season, between, Thanksgiving and Christmas. So those ones I zero in on and watch, but I've never wanted to rewatch this one, never, not once.
No, it's not.
And it's just silly, and it's not a well thought out plot.
The last scene with him in the tickets with his cranky neighbor, that's a nice scene. I'll give him that.
I don't even remember that part because it's been so long.
I actually just watched it for the first time last year. It's fresher in my mind. There's a scene where Tim Allen has, because they were going to go to whatever tropical shit for Christmas. Then everybody's there, and then there's a cranky neighbor, and he gives him and his wife tickets to wherever they were going.
That's right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. That's a nice scene. But again, all of these like really shitty movies have nice scenes, sprinkled through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movie it's about nothing. That's you're right, Nate. That's a good description of that.
Yeah.
Put up your big snowman. We want to see it. That's it. I mean, that's kind of the premise of the movie. You have to put up your big snowman. Stupid.
I know that's code.
Yep. Ties to the snow miser somehow. One of the worst TV specials, Frosty the Snowman. Just dumb.
Yes.
The cartoon animated one. Yep.
Yeah. We have to find a way to work the song into a Christmas special. And Rudolph did it. Even that has. We watched that the other night on television. It was on regular television, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Even that has like parts where, people are shitty to Rudolph because he's different and non-conforming and all this. It really.
So wait a minute. I have an idea. We need this Frosty the Snowman song, right?
Yeah.
We make a movie. At the end, we kill the main character.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, who's in? Who's in?
Right. Yeah. The whole movie is the whole premise is based on they stole a hat from a guy. It is the magician's hat. He owns the hat. It is his hat. There's no disputing that it is his hat. All the guy wants.
The beginning of the fucking film.
Right. I would like my hat back, please. That's really as
You
simple
little
as that.
fucking street rats, you scamps.
Yeah. Right.
It happens to be a magic hat, turns the snowman to life, but still the guy's hat. You can't just steal the man's hat because you.
Why does he say happy birthday every time he
Because he's
being born. That's stupid too. I always go like happy birthday. I'm like, why are you born and saying happy birthday to yourself immediately? That's fucking dumb.
I think he says 4 words.
I didn't take that as an account on why he said happy birthday. I just thought he was an idiot. Like, I just thought, because he's a snowman, he's not smart.
Yeah.
He just didn't know the difference between happy birthday and Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I just thought because of the way he sounded, he was just an idiot.
No, that's when he came to life.
It is a stupid one. It is very dumb. Yeah.
He says 4 words in the entire thing. Happy birthday and G Karen. That's it. I think that's all he says. Well, G Karen.
Really? That's it?
No, but it
doesn't
seems that way.
It doesn't even say I'll be back again someday.
It seems that way. And then you're right. The whole weird scene, he locks him in the greenhouse. He melts with the little girl. She's all traumatized because she had to watch him fucking melt.
Yeah.
And then Santa brings him back to life with the Christmas snow. Okay, great. But, man, just weird.
Dumb.
Anyway.
My real name's Lazarus.
Yeah.
All right. So my next one, I had Charlie Brown. So I'm going to go ahead and we had that. Ooh, here's a good one. As good as Home Alone was. The first, it has some iconic parts and I mean, you could just play the going through the house scene and just call that a movie and it's amazing.
Yeah.
With the paint cans and the nuts and the spider. And I mean, nothing will make me laugh harder than when he hits him with the crowbar and he screams or it puts a spider on his, just fucking amazing.
Best scene. Yep.
So next on my list is the fucking sequel, Lost in New York or whatever the fuck that was called.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, what a money grab that was.
Yeah, and then the other one.
I understand all of that.
I don't even remember seeing the other ones with the other kids.
Funny, I have on my
3 and
list
4?
Home Alone's 3 through however many there've been.
Sure, because they're all bad
Because
with
the
other
first-
shitty kids.
Yeah, the other one had Macaulay Culkin in it at least.
Right.
Yeah.
But like all the other ones, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, stop! Like
Yeah,
you
they're
took,
bad.
yeah, like all 3
But the
through. I
second
think there's
one
been
was
like
amazing.
6 or 8.
Yeah.
There's been so many. It's
Hmm.
like the Crow
At
movies
least
at this point.
The last one that they did, it went straight to Netflix or whatever, Disney Plus or whatever. But at least they had Buzz as an adult police officer that ignored the call for this kid being home alone.
Oh my God.
So at least they had like some sort of
Yeah,
continuity.
tie-in. Yeah.
Tie-in. But yeah, Home Alone 2 is just a money grab. I mean, it's just a lot of, especially the run-through scene. It's just, they just took an old abandoned, what would be his house, and redid the whole run-through fight scene.
Yeah.
It's just, and I mean, really, anything with Donald Trump in it, I'm against. So yeah, Home Alone 2, definitely on my list. Mhm.
Very good. Who's up next?
That would be me. So I've only got one left because we're doubling up. I got the holiday special. I had Home Alone movies.
You got a miscellaneous that you can pop in there?
You can
No,
replace it.
because I
No.
had struggled thinking of these. But as I was telling Brian, I tend to find that if I don't like a Christmas movie, I don't really, watch them many more times or ever again. So I probably forget about some. But this is one I added to my list that I've never even seen, and I don't have to, because you don't fuck with a classic. Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy,
sure.
straight to fucking Disney DVD, what the fuck ever. And it was okay, obviously, Jingle All the Way. Favorite Christmas movie ever. Favorite movie ever. You guys know this. Cinematic masterpiece, as we all know. In all seriousness, it wasn't even that big of a movie at the time.
No.
And they made it like over 10 years after that one. So like,
Right.
I start by saying, I don't think there was really ever any demand for another one,
No.
let alone another one that doesn't have an A-list celebrity even fucking in it. And then to take the same recycled
goddamn Cable Guy in it. Jesus Christ.
same recycled plot, but change the toy and make it. It's just fun. Like it's just it's just upsetting. I honestly hate that it even exists. I hate that there's a Jingle All the Way 2. I hate that that's even a thing. There just shouldn't be, unless Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad in their older age wanted to come back and do like a money grab like Christmas Story did or something like that.
We go most of the way.
I'd go, yeah, Jingle 3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's just ridiculous. It's so misplaced and so, like I said, I've never even seen it. I can't bring myself. I have no desire to see a film that Larry the Cable Guy is the lead actor in, for starters.
Now, would you hold on real quick? I apologize for interrupting, but would you be willing to watch it as the second of the double feature for Life Day next year in July?
Maybe.
It'd be fun to get drunk and make fun of. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay.
We could. We
Yes,
could. I'm not against. It's not like I hard no won't, but I don't see the point. I just.
I don't see the point in watching fucking the Star Wars special, but we do it.
That's true.
One could argue the point of the first Jingle All the Way, if you really want to think about it.
That's true. It's kind of on my
Nothing
list.
to think about here, big man. Nothing here to think about. That's fucking. Yeah, but and Lane gives me shit about it all the time because he actually has watched it once and he was like, I think you'd kind of like it. It's kind of like I'm like, I don't care. No, is Arnold Schwarzenegger in it? No, he's not.
It's honestly not even, it's a fact that Larry the goddamn Cable Guy is in it.
I'm trying to think of another actor. If you put somebody that I like in it, like, you know what I mean? I don't see the point in, you know what I mean? Like, and like I
They
said,
should have put Stallone in it. That's what they should have done. Starring Sylvester Stallone.
That would at least be clever. And I'd be like, okay, hats off to that.
Ooh, So somebody got a pen there. Write this down. One of our for a future topic. Your favorite movie. Recast your favorite movie.
There you go. That's a good one.
All right.
But yeah, Jig all the way too. You.
David Schwimmer as the Arnold Schwarzenegger role, and Matthew Perry as Sinbad. That's not.
I mean, sure, that would not be bad. That would not be bad. But you took, you know, I don't know, Dakota Fanning and replaced her with Honey Boo Boo. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't need that. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So, no, hate it. Hate the idea of it. Hate that it exists. What's that?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Get out of here! The cable guy. Nobody wants that. No, take off. Ridiculous. I hate it. All right. Anyway,
well, my next one, not at that same level, but it's pretty. It's definitely another bad sequel that just did not need to exist. I don't know if you've seen. I'm with you, Nick. I watch Bad Santa, watching wrapping presents. It's like a little tradition for me as well. It's like, It's like, you know, who are you going to watch that movie with necessarily? It's like, you know, Allie's not that interested in that necessarily. You're not going to watch it with your family, right? So it's like, okay, it's a good time to watch it. Bad Santa 2, I don't know if you've seen that. 2016, Billy Bob Thornton comes back, reprises his role. The little person reprises his role, or I can't think of his name, but then Kathy Bates comes in as
and the kid too. The kid comes back as an adult.
That's right.
Or, you know, he's in. Same kid's in it. Yeah,
which is strange. Thurman Merman kid. Yeah. And Kathy Bates plays Bad Santa's mom in this.
Oh, this sounds lovely.
Yeah, it's just horrible. I was intrigued. Like, okay, I mean, I'm interested. I really enjoyed the first one. It's a very certainly dark comedy, very depressing in a way. You know, it's just it's a good solid movie all the way around. Even watching it is like it's not an easy watch all the way.
Can I give it
the first one?
Dean's a bad take or good take. First, Bad Santa overrated.
Sure, I can see that.
It's probably an acquired taste. I don't think it's one of those ones that like everybody's like it's a classic. But if you liked it when it came out, it's kind of one of those things. Yeah,
says about it like, oh my god, you gotta watch. Yeah, it was all right. It was okay.
Yeah,
I don't need to see it again.
Yeah, it's in my annual rotation.
Yeah,
I mean that
watch
one
it every year.
That, but
okay.
Not Bad Santa 2. If you haven't seen it, I mean, I would only recommend watch it just to experience it, but you'd never need to watch it again.
Yeah, okay. I rewatched it for the first time last year in
Bad Santa
probably
2?
probably 10, and I was like, like it wasn't. And there are some real funny one-liners in there.
Sure.
But it does not have. There again, just didn't need to be done. Just you know what I mean. It was. A lot of those that they come way back years later and make a second one. It's like, come on, you know, they're just looking to cash in on the past success. But
we'll see how Happy Gilmore does next year.
Yeah, it's like like Dumb and Dumber. They finally made a Dumb and Dumber 2.
That one was kind of funny though. Like
it was its same deal as I would equate it to the Bad Santa 2. Yep. It had some real funny one-liners.
Right.
But it was nowhere in the stratosphere of the first one. It was like it didn't need to be done, you know.
Right.
But
okay. All right. Well, my next one is like you guys have said some of yours. I actually have never seen it. All I know is there was a movie called Santa with Muscles. Where Hulk Hogan played Santa Claus. All you need to know.
Sounds good. Have
you seen it?
No, but I know that it is Hulk Hogan without the mustache too.
What?
Yeah, it's a really look up the poster. It's not great. It's weird, and I can't imagine it is any sort of couch buster, let alone a blockbuster. So
I read the synopsis of that. That was on all these lists, the bad movie list.
Yep.
It was like a millionaire gets amnesia and thinks he's Santa Claus or something like that.
That's right. That's right. I did know that. Yeah.
Well, it's original. Yeah. It's an original plot line.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that one before.
He stole that from Capra. Nikolai, what do you got?
I am going to. I did think of one, and
Okay.
it when you go back to the claymation specials, the one that always bored the shit out of me was Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Oh, dude, no.
I was bored by it.
We watched that last night.
Did you? I need to rewatch it, but as a child, every time Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer,
And so is Millennial Santa.
Year Without a Santa Claus, like I loved all the, but like Santa Claus is Coming to Town bored the shit out of me. I just couldn't get into that one.
Okay.
So for me, that one was, I don't know. Again, haven't tried to watch it in many years because never really got my attention as a kid, but maybe I'll have to go back and give it another look.
It could have been 15 minutes at least shorter, without question.
Weren't they only 35 minutes long?
Yeah, this was about an hour.
Was it okay?
No, but it is a nice story though. It really is a nice. That is a nice story.
I honestly don't remember it.
It's on Prime. You can find it on Prime.
It's the redheaded Santa with no beard through most of it.
When I showed the picture of John and I comparing the different Santas, that's from that. Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I remember not. I mean, I didn't hate it, but it wasn't something I needed to watch.
Yeah.
More than than I had to, because I think that was one that they would play like on Friday before Christmas break.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Just because they didn't want to do shit. So
yeah. All right. Well, Nick, I had Christmas with the Cranks as well, so I'll swap that out with 2006 Deck the Halls.
Matthew Broderick
and Danny
DeVito. That's
like, I saw it.
Oh yeah,
I saw it once years ago. It's like this weird battle of light displays and sabotaging each other.
It's a little bit like Christmas with the Cranks, but like a pivot on the storyline. It's similar in ways.
Yeah, it's like where is there any warm holiday feeling or moments in it? I sure don't remember it. At all. Just weirdness and pettiness and commercialism and all that type of stuff. And it's supposed to be funny. I saw it one time, and it's one of those movies where never need to see it again.
I don't like to hear that Danny DeVito was in a bad movie. That breaks my heart. I don't like it.
I'm sure he had funny moments in it, I would bet. But again, nothing.
Would rather watch those Jersey Mike commercials over and over again than Deck the Halls.
Exactly.
I do too.
Actually, I had Jersey Mike's for the first time the other night.
Did you? Did you get a gift card to that?
I did. That's exactly why I went to.
I know there was a couple Jersey Mike gift cards in those ornaments.
I got it with my nutsack.
There you go. Nice.
It was very good. I enjoyed it. No, it was. I'd definitely go back and try it again. It was good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, but what I do have is my last pick, and my last pick is the Polar Express.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like the computer animated faces. I don't like the way the mouths moved. I didn't like the story. It was all in general creepy. I didn't care for it.
It was creepy.
I was much older. It was actually just in the last couple of years that I watched it, and I'm watching it the whole time, going, "What the fuck is this?" Like I was expecting like wholesome and like everybody, they make fucking train rides and kids wear pajamas to shit, for this. I'm like, I was expecting that, and I got some weird, creepy mocap shit, and I didn't care for it. So Polar Express.
I will admit, I turned it on one night last week, and I was like, well, here's one I'll just throw on. I don't not like it. It's just, like you said, it's weird. There's a lot of things throughout it that it's like, what is the point of this? Like, he escorts the one girl off the bus, or off the train, supposedly, because she loses her ticket, and yet he goes to try to stop her. Like, they're going to throw her off the back of the bus. and then it turns into something different. He ends up on the top of the bus with the weird guy with the beard, and there's never any resolution to the thing with the conductor and the girl. It's never explained where they go.
He let her drive the train. That's what it was. He took her
is that
to
what
the
it was?
front.
He took her okay, yeah, okay.
So he took her to the front so she could be a leader and drive the train or something.
Yeah. I do like when they get to the North Pole finally.
I do like
and there's that it kind of that's one of those rare ones that I feel like it picks up more at the end. There's a lot of movies that are like good in the beginning and then it drops off. That one I feel like gets like better towards the end.
And go, well, we still need like
a bunch of shit to like get us there. Yeah, right. And it's random events leading up. Yeah. So yeah, very strange. I agree. It's a weird one.
Yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, no arguments on.
Yeah,
that.
I don't. Nothing that I can think of at the moment. I don't have any more currently.
You ever see Santa Claus 3? Yeah, that's one you could put on there.
Is that the one with Martin Short as Jack Frost?
Yeah. That was weird.
Those are yeah. There's another one.
They got weird.
That got away from them. The first Santa Claus, great movie, great idea, great concept, fun movie. Gets a little like I think a lot of those were like straight to Disney DVD movies. I don't know that a lot of those saw theater time.
Correct.
It definitely got weird there when they like hunkered into the Santa life and started. Yeah. He remarried and had kids, and they're in the North Pole.
And he got a plastic beard of some weird.
Yeah, because he's a toy, like Jack Frost. It turns, or there's an evil version of him, or
that's
Jack.
What it is.
So weird.
It's weird. Yeah, that
was on my list as well. That was my last one. Was that? Yeah, the third one. Very strange. Yeah. Like you said, the series was okay. The series was fine.
Sure,
one series you don't
came out
you don't
like
have to
last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yep, that's fine. That's it. You don't need to do any more. That's perfectly good. But you're right. The third one was just very weird. All right. Any other honorable mentions?
I gave my honorable mention away because everything else was mentioned. So. Okay. But I do, for my honorable mention, I do want to admit, and I think we all should, that Christmas movies in general are not good. Hold on, wait. I say that as in if you're looking for a film, if you're looking for a movie, if you're looking for a good, just solid movie, there are some, don't get me wrong, there are some out there that are good movies. But I'm saying, because I was looking up these on the internet and a list of a bunch of them, and the majority of them, even the good ones, are not like great movies. You know what I mean? They're great Christmas movies. They're just not good like movies. There are some that are actual good movies. It's very few and far between. There are more bad ones or lesser than ones.
If they weren't about Christmas primarily, you wouldn't go like,
correct.
That was a great movie.
You'd be like, what the fuck am I watching? If you put a different holiday into this premise, it's garbage.
Easter Vacation, not as good.
Right.
I would agree with that. It's a whole season, and
and that's part of what it is, and a lot of it that makes it funny is when it plays off of the chaos and the stressors of Christmas. That's where a lot of comedy is drawn, is everything that goes into what Christmas is. It's this giant, machine that like everybody gets so caught up in, and that's what makes it a lot of times funny or intriguing or relatable.
But you also have, on the other hand, like the Hallmark movies that are so bad they're good. Like Megan and I watched them just because of how bad they are. It's almost like a Mystery Science Theater situation where we both sit there and just enjoy some of the worst acting.
Yeah,
by some really good actors, mind you. It's just the writing, and it's all cookie cutter, but you're just.
But it's so successful, it's insane.
Exactly.
They have their own. Have you seen? They have their own reality show.
They have
Mr. Christmas or something
there's an app for Hallmark movies now.
Like it's like a Bachelor kind of thing where they're like competing to be the next leading man in a Hallmark movie.
Yep.
Like it is its own thing.
I've been wanting Brian to join that competition for years because he has the looks. So
he'll be on Golden Mr. Christmas. Yeah.
Ooh, I like this a lot.
Yep.
Like,
I
you're
like
not leading man, but we do have the Santa Claus role if you're you're okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yep. I did walk into a bar this week. It's a true story with my Santa hat on. And some guy says, Santa. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you just go with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just go with it. You have fun with it. It's fun.
Santa Fox. Yeah.
Yep. He did buy us a beer. So that was
It'd
cool.
just be silly. I mean, you spend all the time dyeing your beer white. I mean, why would you?
May as well.
would you
May as well
not
take
go-
advantage.
Yeah.
Lean into it.
So did any of these movies, you guys, so any bad Christmas movie that made someone's list or that you looked up and haven't seen yet on your, that now intrigues you that you like want to see it because it
No.
sounds so bad? Any of them?
I am curious about Jingle All the Way too, just because I know A, how much it annoys Nick, and B, knowing just how bad it really probably is.
Yeah.
Just knowing how
Gonna be
awful
hot dog
the
shit.
Larry the Cable Guy character is. So it's a character and a character playing a character. It's got to be stupid as shit.
Yeah.
But I am intrigued because of that.
Santa with Muscles for me. I read the synopsis of that. I'm like, oh my God. I almost Hulk Hogan. I'm trying not to get to the whole political this or that into it, but
Right.
it's probably so horrible, terrible. It would just have to be viewed to see how bad it really is.
Next summer, Brian, movie night.
Mm-hmm.
I suggest we do because I don't think Santa with Muscles, because we're going to use that for, or we're going to use the Life Day for Jingle All the Way too. I think one of the nights, if we're looking for a cheesy bad movies, we should do a Hulk Hogan double feature.
Oof. What's the other one?
Oh, Suburban Commando. Or nope. Better yet, No Holds Barred. Nick, do you remember No Holds Barred?
It sounds. I remember the name, but I don't know if I've ever seen that.
No Holds Barred. That's the one we need to do with Zeus Lester, Tiny Zeus Lester. It was his first role. This cross-eyed, and he had the Z on the side of his head. He actually ended up wrestling in a SummerSlam. The actor did. Like he took the role from the movie and brought it into actual wrestling. That Hulk Hogan double feature.
Okay.
Happy Hulkster holidays, everybody.
That's right, brother.
Yes. Well, gentlemen, we have done it.
We have.
What you gonna do, brother, when Santa Mania runs wild on you?
Another Christmas episode has come to an end, gentlemen.
That's right. Well, what better parting gifts could we leave you than the information of where you can find us on your favorite social media accounts? That's right. What better gift to give you than the gift of us all year round? You can find us on all of the social media platforms in which you participate in. You can find links to them on our link tree. So go to Google, type in Convincing Idiots Linktree, LINKTREE. You can also find all those links and so much more, including last-minute gifts for Christmas on our merch store. Links to that and so much more on our website, convincingidiots.wordpress.com. So, for another episode of Convincing Christmas, I am Millennial Nick.
I'm Zennial Dean.
Gen X Brian, a.k.a. Millennial Santa.
Have we convinced you to join the naughty list with us and these horrible movies that we have talked about tonight? Merry Christmas, everybody.
Everybody, Gen X Brian with Millennial Nick and Zennial Dean. We need more people besides Nick's mom watching us. Give us a like and subscribe.
Yeah, am I gonna be able to? Is that why you changed your hat? It wasn't like the fucking headphones.
Yeah, I couldn't get it over. I thought I did it before, but it's just not working right now.
Mine over the headphones over the things, and you guys are a little muffled, but I've heard your guys' voices before, and I don't care for them that much.
There we go. I'll just go over.
Perfect.
Yeah, that is
Perfect.
that is perfect.
That's the look right there.
Is the look.
Professional.
You look like your head is much smaller than it normally looks.
I gotta raise the camera up now so we can get all the fucking hat in it. Jesus, like the kid that's like the dude that's in the Christmas Story. Like, you're up next, kid. Look at the fucking...
Oh yeah, the elf guy
right
with the camera.
Nick,
Hurry up! Hurry up!
the hat's over the headphones.
Bye, buddy. Love you.